So that was pretty nuts. Sorry about how late I'm getting this video out to you guys. I know it's like probably going to be almost the start of game 2 by the time I release this video, but I've just had so much going on between last night's game and now. I was actually at that game, as you saw in the intro. It was insane. I lost my voice and still recovering from that one, but we got a quick turnaround time. Game 4 is on the way, and now all of a sudden this is a series, and it's a series that I think the Guardians can win because all the momentum completely switched. This is just going to kind of be my raw and unfiltered analysis and reaction of this game because I'm still processing what actually happened. Like, there was nobody on, 2 outs, 2 strikes for Lane Thomas. There was probably a 99.99999% chance the Yankees were going to win that game. That type of thing is just something that doesn't happen in Cleveland sports. Majority of the time, we are on the other end of something like that. So yeah, in this video, I'm going to recap the game. I'm going to talk about what players stood out and what I think the Guardians need to do to even the series up tonight. But before I begin, I would really appreciate it if you would drop a like and subscribe. It only takes 5 seconds, plus you can always change your mind. We are on the road to 40,000 subscribers, and with your support, I believe we can get there super fast. So Matthew Boyd took the mound in this one, and he has been so solid for the Guardians this postseason. He's just done his job. He's gone out there and hasn't allowed big innings, even with guys on base majority of the time. He just finds a way to get out of bad situations, and he's been consistently getting this team 4 to 5 innings. He's been great. He's been a critical part of why this team is where they are. This game is why people love this team so much, because the role players were actually the reason they won. The superstars did not show up at all. In fact, they were atrocious. Jose Ramirez didn't really do anything. He had that double, but it wasn't really in a big situation. Steven Kwan was 0 for 4. That's pretty rare, but he did have 2 walks. But it was Kyle Manzardo with a 2-run bomb, and then Jhonkensy Noel saving the season with a crazy home run. And then, of course, David Fry in extra innings hit that walk-off with a man on third. And it was Bo Naylor who actually hit that single to get that inning started. So really, it was the guys that you wouldn't expect that stepped up and won this game. And if they didn't, the season will be over. And that is why people nickname this group of guys the Guardiac Kids. One guy that I've been very disappointed with throughout this entire postseason is Josh Naylor. He's just lost at the plate. He swings out of his shoes, his helmet can't stay on, he's just not tracking the ball very well, and in big situations, not only does he get himself out, he'll ground out into a double play to pretty much screw the team over. But he did have that huge play at first base, stretching all the way out and scooping the Jimenez throw. And for Jimenez, he ain't only a Gold Glover, man. Platinum Glover doesn't even describe him either. He is the best defender in the entire MLB. It's incredible to watch, and I hope he can get going from the plate. Because when he's hot from the plate and has that glove in the field, he's one of the best players in the league. And we saw that just 2 years ago. And he did have a big RBI on a ground ball up the middle to put the Guards up by 2. And at the time, I thought that was an insurance run that pretty much solidified the win. But boy, was I wrong, and I did not know what was coming next. But even with that play at first from Josh, I would love to see Kyle Manzardo get a chance at first base. I know it's kind of a little bit late in the season for that, and Josh has pretty much solidified himself in the lineup, but still, he's been that bad. And Manzardo hit a 2-run bomb. I just love to see him get a chance at least. And then Lane Thomas, he's pretty much been the unsung hero of these playoffs. He doesn't get as much praise as he should. Obviously, that grand slam was a big moment, but outside of that, he's been getting base hits. He's been doing so much. He had that sliding catch in like the first inning, might have been the second inning. That was incredible. And yeah, he's just been like the glue guy that every winning team needs. So great trade by Antonetti. I know a lot of people dogged on him when he first made the trade because Lane was like 1 for 30, but at the end of the day, it's baseball. Those aren't his stats. Eventually it was going to average out, and we are seeing that now. He's a great player, and hopefully we can continue to watch him play for a little bit longer. And then in terms of the catching situation, I want Austin Hedges to be out there the rest of the way. I know he sucks at the plate, but he did have a double. He was 1 for 2, that's 500. I know he sucked in the previous games, but still, he's just so much better behind the plate, and you can tell that pitchers are comfortable with him. Because as soon as Bo Naylor came in, Emmanuel Clase gave up back-to-back home runs. It was unreal. I couldn't believe it. I don't even want to talk about it. And this just isn't the Clase that we all know. Hopefully he's not a postseason choker, but really every time he's imploded, it's been with Bo Naylor behind the plate. I don't know if that's an issue with calling the pitches, because at the end of the day, Clase is the one that gets to throw them. He can shake him off. I don't know what the issue is, but it just seems to not be working right now, and that is why I want Hedges to continue working behind the plate. And then Rocchio, he has been great this series. If Cleveland ends up winning the World Series, he might get the nickname Mr. October. I think he's had a hit in like every game this postseason, and defensively, he's been lights out outside of that horrific dropped ball at Yankee Stadium. Alright, now let's move on and talk about the 2 heroes of last night, Jhonkensy Noel and David Fry. This was a big moment for Noel. He hasn't gotten a lot of opportunities so far in the playoffs, but when he has been in, he's been horrific. So for his psyche, that was a huge home run. And if Cleveland ends up winning this series, then that might go down as an all-time home run in Cleveland sports history. And we gotta all credit Steven Vogt for pinch hitting him as well, because I've been so hard on him all series. I know everyone else has too. He's made some very dumb decisions. I didn't like him pulling Gaddis in the 8th. I thought he was gonna work out of it. And Clase seems to only be a 1-inning type of pitcher. But either way, what he's done, it's been working. The Guardians are still alive. So I mean, I can't keep dogging on him because what he's doing is working out at the end of the day, at least so far. And then David Fry, he has really made a name for himself. And he's the type of player that everybody wants to root for. He's a great guy, he's great in the locker room, and seeing what he's been through so far in his MLB career, man, nobody deserves to have this moment more than him. But yeah, at the end of the day, the Guardians are still down 2-1, and Game 4 is going to be huge. It's going to be electric at Progressive Field. I'm probably going to be there, so say what's up if you see me, and I think they're going to win. I think the momentum completely flipped. I don't think the Yankees saw that coming last night. I mean, I didn't see it coming. I pretty much gave up. I'll admit, I was packing my stuff up. I was ready to leave. And then Noel hit that blast into the bleachers. It was insanity. And this team is just so much fun to watch. But yeah, that's my reaction to everything. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thank you all so much for watching. And until next time, I will see you all later.